to recalibrate my printer.
Hey, who would you say is the most prideful of us?
Definitely not me.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Delightful Dylan. Positive.
And
Demeaning Dylan.
Negative. And welcome to yet another one of our episodes that we call our Ultimate Spirits Competition, which is our quest to review every sipping spirit on the face of the planet and subject it to our crazy hard 100-point scoring system. And in this installment, the bottle's not even facing the camera, Prideful Goats. Prideful Goat, 15-year cask strength. It's got this nice green label. Dylan was feeling very prideful, and he showed up on set and was like, guys, we got to do the Prideful Goat.
Look,
like
I am not prideful. That's a sin.
114.2 proof, batch 4, 15-year-old. We've got a mash bill there, 78.5% corn, 13% rye, 8.5 malted barley. That looks like a Burger King logo, right?
It does. I was thinking the same thing, dude.
It doesn't say, it says it's distilled in Kentucky. This is bottled, I believe, where is it? In Texas?
Yeah.
By
Texas.
Gulf Coast Distillers. Dylan, you got anything else on this? I'll get us poured.
Yeah, it's the same people who puts out Hickory Hill. The
Total Wine.
Like the Total Wine brand. They also have a Hickory Hill 15-year. I think we reviewed that at some point. I don't know if it was released. I'm not sure.
I think that was in our 15-year-old blind.
I see.
Our
Okay.
blind of 15-year-old bourbons, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the 4th iteration. The reviews have been kind of weird. The reviews have been kind of weird.
Really?
Because they're like...
Don't tell me.
The only reason I bring up weird is because there are,
Just let it breathe.
I don't even know what to say. I don't want to talk about that person.
Oh, wait, who? Somebody with an
You have to bleep that. But so look, if you look at the mash bill, can you read off the mash bill right there?
I did
He did
already.
already.
Okay, very good. Well, yeah, I don't listen.
Let's
to
play
it.
it back.
Clearly.
So people were speculating. They were like, "Where's this from? Where's this from?" And I love how like your favorite phrase. What was it? Proved it through anecdotal evidence. Yeah, like this is like a perfect version of that craziness where it's pretty much the best phrase is like I think it's pretty much confirmed that it's from Beam. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, through anecdotal evidence, right? Nobody knows exactly where it's from. They're not going to disclose it, or they cannot, or they don't know. Yeah.
But they think this is from those totes, right?
Yeah,
15-year-old totes.
Is it Beam? Is it Heaven Hill? They were trying to speculate with the mash bills, but
Well, what's the front runner?
Beam, I think, is prevailing.
Your anecdotal evidence,
Is Beam.
I did research on the internet.
Yeah.
And anecdotal evidence.
So which one's the front runner?
Nobody's confirming it. It's a different mash bill. It's probably something that they were either doing as a special thing for overseas during COVID. They're like, oh, we're not going to do this, so we'll just sell these off because they're off profile or they're whatever.
I don't want to perpetuate like false rumors.
Yeah.
Too late.
You kind of do.
You are a false rumor.
You do kind of want to perpetuate them.
He does.
Anyway, guys, there's been a lot of these 15-year-olds that hit the market. If you want to check out our 15-year-old blind, please check that out. We will be comparing this for our members of Curiosity Private to Doc Swinson 15-year, which is still a very high rating whiskey for us. I think it's still on our leaderboard, the batch 9, which is a very similar proof point. Also 15 years old. This is a 113.8. And this is, what would you say, 114 we said on this one? 114.2, so almost exactly the same. We'll be doing that for members. If you want to see that kind of thing, please consider becoming a member. It's a great way to support our channel.
I think you hit join, right?
Yeah, you hit join, or you can go over to Patreon and join there. But Curiosity Private is our membership program, and it's a great way to help us out. But there's no need to do it, because we're still going to review this, and you still get to see that just here on regular old YouTube. Let's get scoring, guys. My ear's ringing. Too much bourbon today. Too much tequila today. Whoa. Wow.
I don't know what you're nosing. Look at that drama queen there.
How much you pay for this? Do you know?
$189.
Whoa. I mean, it is 15 years old. You got to give it props.
And this was a large chain liquor store that usually doesn't
That stinks.
bump up the prices here.
Was this available? Like, if I wanted to order it right now, would I have to pay secondary?
Still on the shelf.
Still on the shelf?
Yeah, Total Wine.
Let's see if we could order it online right now.
You can't find it online, but if you go in, they have like a case.
Oh, I could get it Drizzly delivery for $2.29, so a little bit higher.
They probably, bump up the price.
So-
It's available.
Yeah, it seems to be available. It says $2.09 here at Total Wine. So we'll call it around 200. The way he draws his numbers.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I know you want to be like Data, and that's me.
I don't. You do.
No, but you're like, I don't know what's a like a fake Data.
Lore.
You know what it is? It's like that
You're
episode.
lore. I'm data.
There you go.
I take that.
Seriously.
You know what? I take that as a compliment.
And I'm
'cause I
Beverly
think,
Crusher.
And you
Oh, that's deep cut.
That'll become
That's
relevant.
deep cut. Yeah. Bev Crusher.
That was awesome. I'm rethinking this.
Yeah, I need a minute with this. There's a lot going on here. I need to think about this a little more.
It's over 200 right now.
I mean, I got it for $189. If you go to the store, it's $189. If you want to deliver it, it's $209, which is a lot of money.
It is. That's what I'm struggling with.
But with inflation,
Exactly.
All right, guys, we've had some time to taste. We've all scored it independently. We haven't looked at each other's scores except Dylan and I looked at Jules because like Jules tries to write like a robot
Tries to.
and like makes like
Well, now
his
you
eights-
showed everyone my
makes his
score,
eights
dude.
look like that.
it all looks the same.
They all look the same. All right, we'll give our initial scores in just a second, but first, Jules is in a very robotic way
right.
going to tell you all about all of our scoring system.
We have 10 categories across 100 points, or that equal 100 points.
Still can't do it.
I can't do it. That include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. We do a flavor at 20 points and a sex value at 5 points each. You can medal in our competition. If you score 60 and above, you go from bronze, silver, gold to diamond.
All right, guys, let's give our initial scores. Of course, we're going to discuss
I'm
it.
very, very curious
Curiosity Public.
about your scores.
I gave it an 80.
81.
80.
Oh, you're right there with us,
I know, that's a shocker.
man. Okay, yeah, let's get into this. This is really good.
Let me just say,
It's really good.
wasn't this pleasantly surprising?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, starting with the aroma.
Let's start with the aroma. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot. I think there was a little bit of ethanol hit that bumped me down maybe lower than you guys, but I give it an 8.
I give it an 8.
I gave it a 9.
I understand the 9.
I think
It was a
Some of the
little
thing-
bit,
The ethanol hit was a little too tingy. Kind of
and then it
thing.
was a little bit
And then-
chaotic.
yeah.
Like there's a lot coming at you.
There's a
and
lot of spices. This is a
but
spice
very good.
forward.
Very
you know
good.
what it is? I think there's a nostalgia component because this is like the aroma of yesteryear. Like the
Yeah.
bourbon when nobody bought it. Like in the
from
90s.
like 15 years ago.
Yeah, like it's just nobody bought it. It has this kind of great, it starts with grape skin. So, the original wine grapes, the purple grapes that you can't eat the skin. Like you squeeze that juice and you smell that grape skin and you start there. And then you get the molasses, you get the honey.
Cinnamon was
Yeah,
Cinnamon.
what's nice about, I thought the best part of this presentation was the aroma. Because I thought the aroma was balanced. And I didn't get the ethanol that these guys got, or at least
I mean, it's mellowed a little bit, but it's still a little bit.
I got it. You get the
jumbled.
tingy.
I'm close to a 9.
But when you kind of step away and then you nose it, it's like automatically, wow, this is pleasant, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. This is an 8, 9, or 10 for people.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next category, flavor. A lot going on here. 18.
18.
Yeah, I gave it a 17. I thought it was good. I could give it an 18, I
What
guess.
impressed me was all of these disparate things I was getting on the nose. This cinnamon, this sugar, all these other spices,
Brown
this,
sugar.
this oak. It all came through on the palate.
Yeah.
And that really, you got to give it credit there. I mean, there's a lot of flavors hitting you on the palate on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And none of it gets muddled.
Yeah. What I wrote was I got honey jam molasses,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. The reason why I didn't give it a higher score was that I felt like the wood and the spice was just a tiny bit off. Like I felt like this is one of those things where it's so close to perfection, but then little things start to chip away at it.
Yeah.
Not
Especially
much,
under
man.
a microscope, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how
Not
I'm
much.
looking at it.
I mean, I could be talked up to an 18 easily. I think.
I think it's. I was actually expecting it to be higher. I mean, I think what you're saying is it gets so close to a 20.
Yeah.
I'm chipping away at it because maybe it's lacking a little bit more clearly defined fruit
component and floral.
and maybe a little bit of floral. But I think the floral is there. It's just maybe under the others. But
Yeah.
the spices and the sweets are very clearly defined. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's to
I'll
me
go up
that's
to 18. I'll
yeah.
go up to
All
18.
right, so we all agree. 18. Nicely done, guys.
Unanimity.
It's always interesting when we agree.
No, it's not.
I know it's more interesting when we disagree, but let's move on to body. I did knock here a little bit 7.
Oh, I give it an 8.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice, but I didn't get a buttery thing. It didn't coat my palate any more specially than like a middle of the road bourbon wood.
Yeah,
I
didn't
get that. I think only, especially for me, like on middle part of it, of the
Yeah.
experience, it thinned out.
Yeah.
You know, but the front
But
end
it's
was
what I would.
coated nice.
This is what I would expect of like a $80 to $100 bourbon. It didn't impress me enough to go up for a $200 bourbon, basically, any higher than a 7.
I got the honey. I
Yeah.
got the honey.
Yeah,
and
that's
it was
a
just
flavor,
sitting
though.
there.
Body,
it's sitting
how
there,
it's-
and it just like builds on that flavor.
It's a nice
and
coating
and it
of
coats
that.
it right
Yeah.
there.
I understand where you guys are coming
It just
from.
does thin out. You're right.
Okay, moving on then to complexity. I give it very high marks here, 9.
Give it an 8.
I gave it an 8. I could be talked up.
I get, and I did knock it on balance when we get to that, but there's a lot going on here. I feel like it could have been a little bit better balanced, but man, so many flavors hitting your palate. They're disparate. There's like a sharp spice here. There's a warmer spice over here. There's a nice bright sweetness over here. There's a richer, darker sweetness over here. It's really quite
right.
complex.
You're right.
It is, but that's actually why I did knock it. It's
That
not
doesn't
perfect.
make any sense.
No, it does. Hold on, because it sticks mostly in the realm of spices, right? So I'm not getting like the jam.
There's a lot of
component.
sweetness. There's sugar
but it's
sweetness.
brown sugar sweetness. You know, I was
disagree.
missing some of that.
I think there's the whole range of
But I
sugar
think
sweetnesses.
again, I'm just splitting hairs.
I gave it a 9. I went up at a 9, and you're absolutely right. I'm getting like the flavor spectrum is extremely broad.
Yeah.
And you know, you're getting like the fruits, but the various stages of fruit. It's definitely there. You get the added addition of the honey. That honey flavor.
That's where I would
is
disagree with
just
you.
really,
I do think
It's
that you
mostly
get,
on the spice.
no, I
realm.
think you
Like,
get a
it's
big
heavily
spectrum of
spice
sweetness. I think
yeah,
you get a big
you
spectrum
get a
of
big
sweetness.
spectrum, and I
do-
think it's not perfect though because,
Yeah, because
of
It's not perfect.
The fruits and the floral, I think, are very narrow.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's not
That's
as
why
much
I'm knocking
breadth
it.
there.
Yeah.
I understand it. Moving on to balance. Again, I said I docked it here. I did 7.
I give it an 8.
I give it an 8.
For what they have,
For what's
something that
presented.
they didn't you know,
I mean,
make
its
on
weakest
their
points
own.
being like the fruit and floral, but it's
I
like,
feel like they did a great job.
yeah.
It's a good job.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
good.
I still think it still tastes a little chaotic.
You know,
I tasted
I'm
it
just
again.
impressed that this is like really improved from the Hickory Hill.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
By far, I
So-
agree.
And I think they're fine.
All right, finish. This was one of the first scores I wrote down, 9.
8.
8.
I'm still tasting it. I'm getting the brown sugar. It's a very long finish.
It's nice.
None of the negative flavors come out. Only it just gets better with the finish. I don't know. I think you guys need to go up a little bit.
I don't know if it gets better with the finish. I think what's nice is it maintained itself, and that's why I can't go higher.
Yeah, I can't go higher because there's a tinge of the wood component that's slightly off.
Okay.
But that's really nitpicking here.
Yeah.
I got a wood component that hit me at the end of the palate, but to me it wasn't off. To me, it was accentuated by the brown sugar, which was the other flavor that lingered. And at the end of the palate, I was like, oh, here's this oak. And oh, here's the brown sugar really coming together with it. For me, it worked really well. That's why I actually bumped it from an 8 to a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So interesting how that affected us both differently, or us differently. All right, uniqueness, 15-year-old bourbon with this kind of flavor bomb, 8.
8. 8.
Yeah,
You
very
described
good.
it perfectly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very good. There's room for improvement.
Yeah.
I think we all would agree with that. That's why it's only an 8.
Yeah, this is 2022. When this come out, 2027. I mean, I don't know where the 15 years are going to be, but definitely.
Very good. Yeah. All right, guys. Drinkability. I knocked it a little bit here. 7.
I give it an 8.
I gave it an 8. I could be talked up to go to 9. When I
talk me
got
up to
this,
an 8.
I got this.
What am I missing?
Listen, when I bought this, I thought it was gonna be air, like everything else. But I didn't want to buy this, and I was walking back and forth like a crazy person at Total Wine, debating. I even texted Dutch. I was like, "Should I buy it? Should I buy it? Should I buy it? I don't know if should." It was really tough. I went home and I said, "Look, I have a million bottles to get through," and I said, "Okay, let me just try this a little bit." I actually went back and drank this twice. So I thought, you know what? It deserves a slightly higher score. It's an 8. Do I have better ones that I like? Sure. That's why it's not a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
But man, I did go back to this. I'd say, you know what? It was nice. It was very nice.
I'd go back to this.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to an 8. You guys are right. It's really enjoyable. The reason I was at a 7 was I kept getting this almost like too pungent of a spice hit, and as it's just been sitting here, it's gotten a little mellower, or maybe my palate's acclimating to it, and every subsequent sip, it's been a little bit easier. So
come on, this thing. If you had this at night,
yeah,
You're gonna be drinking this.
we'd be having a great time.
Yeah.
This is a fun time.
Agreed. All right, guys, aesthetics. I like the green.
Me too.
I really like this color they picked. I give it a 4.
I give it a 4.
I give it a 3.
Really? On the
It is paint by numbers average.
No, I kind of like it.
The
I like the
sticker
logo.
is fine. The
I like
sticker is
the-
I like
different.
the logo.
I like the name.
Yeah.
I like the Burger King thing in the middle.
Me too.
I mean,
I like the handwritten gold.
look, they just put it in a Old Forester bottle, okay? I mean,
No,
that's what it
man.
is.
The other intriguing thing about it is it's a green labeled bourbon. You know, you look at this, you think, oh, is that a rye? No, it's a. I don't know. It kind of works for me.
Yeah, me too. It works for me.
I like
Old
it.
Forester.
It feels like, it
That's
should
fair.
be the name of like a boxing like training.
I would have
facility.
loved for them to do,
Rocky
instead
Ford.
of the sticker, you know what the other problem I had? Was that the sticker, I had to put it on. Like it was coming
Yeah, I
off
saw
right
that.
here.
Yeah,
Like,
It does look like your handiwork.
yeah.
I don't know. Something about this works. I don't know. It just
I mean,
works
look
for
at
me.
this. It's like, all cut up.
Did you make this at home? You just poured some Doc Swinson in.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Final category: value. I waffled a lot.
Me
Yeah,
too,
this is a tough
man.
one. This
This
is a
was
tough one.
hard. Yeah.
I ended up.
This is a very expensive bottle.
It is,
Yeah.
but I did end up at a 3.
Same. 3.
I ended up at a 3.
Whoa.
I mean, I hate this because
Ultimately, though, it's like, okay, 15-year-old, right?
No.
You do the default $10 per year, and then
$150.
you think these days, something like this, that's this good, they still priced it at, let's call it 180 to 220. I hate to admit it, but that's kind of what the reasonable price is for something like this.
you know the first thing that I thought
Yeah.
about was Kentucky Owl
Yeah.
and how they price that
For non-age stated.
non-age stated, and I'm looking at this and it's below 200.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been saying like the retail price is actually lower than that.
Yeah.
But I know
Market price, at least, is 200,
Right.
let's call it.
So
yeah.
Total Wine, it's the cheapest I've seen it is $189. I used the coupon, I got $10 off.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I got this bottle.
yeah, and I was originally at a 2, but then I was like, you know what, 15-year, I'm thinking
Yeah, I was at a 2.
all these other, like, whatever, random, like, you think of Old Carter, Foregate, Kentucky Owl,
Calumet.
Calumet. Well, Calumet's
Foregate
price
is
is
insane, right? I mean, like,
Yeah, but it's still in the 150.
No, but I'm saying like Foregate, Old Carter, all these
yeah.
things that
The
are like
over. Got it. Yeah.
They're much higher
yeah.
price. They're not age stated, and people hand over
Yeah,
$300,
that are not
$400
age-stated.
for them. So I'm like, you know what? Why when you have this
Yeah.
single source, age stated, very nice presentation of flavors? Yeah, so
that's
3,
why it ended up at a 3.
Yeah, agreed. All right, guys.
Don't know the source.
Did we all end up at an 81?
No, 82 for me.
Okay, so my official score 81. Jules, you were also
81.
an 81, and Dylan, you were an 82.
That's right.
Which gives us our official Curiosity Public score. Of course, because we round down here at Curiosity Public. It is still a gold, 81.
Wow.
Well
Prideful
deserved.
Goat Cask Strength,
Gold medal.
15-year gold. Wow.
I am shocked. I
Low
thought I
gold?
was gonna.
Why? You thought it would be lower?
You
No,
thought? What did you think? How did you think we were gonna?
I know, seriously.
I thought it was gonna be like Hickory Hill. I thought it was gonna be Hickory
Yeah,
Hill.
we didn't rate that though. We just did it in a blind.
Well, the reason why I didn't want to buy it was because I was like, this is gonna be a Hickory Hill in a different bottle.
So here's the ultimate question. I mean, yes, it's 3 on value, but if you go to the store and you see this for $200, are you gonna buy it? You gonna buy another bottle? I have a really tough time with that.
That's why it's right in the middle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If I said 4,
You won't feel let down, but by the same token, why we're going to compare it to the Doc Swinson is the Doc Swinson is was, at least when it was out, these 15 years, was
150.
cheaper, 150.
Yeah.
We rated it higher. We'll see when we compare them side by side if that stands. But
I think I'm waiting for my gift card.
yeah, I mean, it's,
I don't know.
again, I wouldn't feel let down, but
Yeah.
I'd have a hurdle to get over to pay that much for the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I got it was because it was $189 minus $10. I had a $10 coupon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was able to pick up my free wine bag.
All right, Jules, why don't you take us out?
Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Give a thumbs up
$2.99.
or a thumbs down. Either way, just let us know. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. Please consider joining Curiosity Private membership program here on YouTube. Also join Patreon. It's another great way to get access to member-only content. We are also selling t-shirts. Another great way to help us out. That one. Links in the description. We are on all the major podcast platforms out there. Please give that a listen. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. Do you ever get the coupon for the magazine?
Yeah, every other month.
Yeah, but they never have Whiskey Advocate in stock.
I've gotten them.
They only
it's
have,
always
they
like-
do have Cigar Aficionado.
Aficionado.
Last one I got was Cigar Aficionado.